Okay.
That's about all there is to
You're
it.
recording now, so if you want to teach us a wise one.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Chip.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Chip.
And Dave, Dave's gonna be watching this recording too.
Okay, it's neat to see guys engaged via Zoom. Just first question, how do you guys think it went today?
I think it went well.
From an observer standpoint, great.
Yeah, having gone through it at least once before, twice before.
I mean, Adrian was really good in Oklahoma City,
Oh, yeah.
but that session in Oklahoma City didn't come close to what today was. And I really think it has to do with the great interaction that everybody around this table
Mhm.
came out with.
Mhm.
And everybody fed off of one another.
Mhm.
And I mean, that's obviously a credit to you because you paused long enough and you asked the right kind of questions. And so, but I don't know that it could have gone any better, quite frankly.
Good.
I don't have anything to relate it to, but
Right.
it went
Right.
really, really well.
Well, Adrian's a great guy and a wonderful addition to the team down there in Oklahoma City. And he's a gifted young man.
There's a lot of energy though. You know, when we went
Yeah,
down there, there's just
yeah.
us two and one more like. And
Well,
so
numbers
the energy
create
really.
energy, right?
Oh, they really do.
Yeah, they really do. Absolutely, absolutely. So, what I think, and by the way, what we're doing now, the next 8 weeks, the way this is being handled, this is new. So you guys are cutting new ground or plowing new ground, just in terms of trying another way of processing it. You know, when we developed this thing originally, the amount of work over the 8 weeks was almost overwhelming. I told guys it's going to take you 5 to 6 hours a week to go through all of the stuff that we expect you to go through. And so, you know, it was an hour teleclass, it was an hour with your partner, and it was an hour with an observer, weeks 4 through 7. So we kind of combined that, and Chuck's actually helped kind of say, hey, let's do this or do that. Mike probably had some influence on that too. So thank you. As I'm watching the video, you know, things are coming to my mind, and I think, okay, I need to sit down with some of the guys in Chattanooga and just share some thoughts. I think there's some things they can be doing different with the video to help enhance it in the future. It is definitely set in time because of the COVID and the references to COVID and some of this other stuff. And when we did the original one, we actually went into a studio and filmed it, which I think creates a better backdrop for the whole thing. But it's the one nice thing about the way we're doing it is as we continue to learn, we can just, you know, video and reshoot some stuff. And Roger gets better every time he does it. So appreciate him a lot. So what's your role over the next 8 weeks? What are you looking forward to doing?
The
Not
three
sure.
of, the three of us are gonna be observers
Yes,
for the whole period.
yes.
These
I'm not.
two, well, you're right, you're missing September, he's coming back for weeks
Yeah.
3 through 7. These two are helping fill the gap for weeks 3 through, I'm sorry, 1 through 3
Okay,
until he gets back.
okay, okay.
So
Okay, so like I mentioned to the rest of the group, ignore anything that refers to the teleclass. You won't be doing a teleclass, so you don't have to prepare for that. But here's the way I would suggest that you prepare is that you look at the material that the students are going to be looking at. You've already done it. It's in your workbook. You've already done the homework. But just refresh your memory.
I don't think we have.
these two are brand new.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll literally be doing the homework as we're preparing.
Correct.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. It'll be fresh for you guys and the other guys are reviewing so that you're going through the same stuff that the students are going through. And then when you get together, if you got your workbook in front of you, let's just take week 1 as an example. They're getting assignments. Week 1 of part 2, workshop part 2, week 1. So your week 1 is basically 79 in your workbook. Okay, so at page 79, it tells you what the learning objectives are for week 1. This is what the students are going to be learning. The teleclass preparation, like I said, you can ignore that, except that the fact that you're basically looking at the information in the manual. So that part of it you want to pay attention to. So then you're going to review the material from pages 79 to 95. And there on page 95 is the assignment that the peers will do with you in attendance. And that basically needs to be done before they begin the work on week 2. So take 30 minutes or less just to review the material from those pages that were in the workbook. Ask a question about anything in the reading that stimulated their thinking or impacted them, or questions that they might have from their reading of Tony's book, and then get into the hour-long time of practice. And that's going to look the same every week. They're going to practice for 20 minutes, get feedback from you, and then they switch roles and get some feedback from you. And Chuck has prepared some material that you can use for the observing sessions. Chuck, do you want to give that stuff to these guys? I think that's what you prepared that for, right?
Sure.
Okay. Also in the packets that everybody received around the table, you'll see a practicum observation and feedback form. And you can use this as well as the material that Chuck is handing out there.
Where's that at, Paul?
It's in a packet that Chuck handed out to begin with that has about 6 or 8 loose leaf sheets.
I got 6.
Okay.
Well, I only need 3.
We don't.
No, I need 4.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's why I don't need as many.
I'll
make copies for
you.
Yeah.
One of the other things you want to make sure you've got in your packet is this grow model, because that gets referred to quite a bit in the training. So if you've got this diagram here, which is just a great little picture to look at the different pieces of the grow model and what to be watching for. And again, like I mentioned when we were in the training, as the observing coach, you don't want to try to become the coach. You want to help the guys with their coaching skills. And that's the main issue there. And what's important to the person who is the coachee is not whether he found resolution to his issue, but how he experienced the coach. Okay, how did he experience the coach? How did the coach experience the process? And what did you see as an observer? Okay, solving the issue is not that important. Hate to say that, but it's learning the process right now, because it's the process over time that is going to become your guide, right? You can always trust the process, even if you've got an issue in front of you that you can't comprehend. Don't have to. Okay, Michael, you got a question. Yeah.
The guys had 2 questions.
Yeah.
Did they just come up with a problem that day at that point in time?
Well, I hope they thought about it a little bit beforehand.
Okay, so think about it beforehand.
Yeah.
And then,
And just remind them that they can be thinking about an issue that they want to talk about the next week. It could be that the issue requires more than one visit, and that the coaching practicum, you could take 8 sessions and deal with a significant issue with the person. You don't have to come to resolution every time. You're just taking a step with them. And
So that's what I did, Michael. We
Yeah.
did all 8 sessions on the exact same issue. I paired up with a guy down in South Carolina who went at his business. He was a home inspector.
Yeah.
and just had just all
Yeah.
kinds of
Yeah.
things that he needed to discuss.
Yeah.
He followed the money to that, I mean, it was just, and the whole different aspect. And each week.
Yeah,
And my problem was, not solving it. And
Yeah,
asking,
yeah.
because it was, very easy to me. I figured it out that, and it's just, you have to ask questions. It was just, I remember it,
especially when you're doing 20-minute kind of
Right.
Right.
coaching things. I'll tell you, I could spend sometimes 2 or 3 sessions with somebody, 45-minute sessions, just helping them craft the SMART goal.
Right.
I mean, you can just breeze through it perhaps, but just getting them to the place where they can identify that SMART goal that then becomes the goal in the GROW model. So don't worry about how many issues they bring to the table. Worry about moving things ahead along the way.
And then my second question is, am I the trainer? Who's the trainer? On this right here, it says, send the debrief worksheet to the trainer.
That's gonna come to me,
Okay.
and then Mike and I will,
So
I'll get
all
one.
the students will send that to you. That's not something, well, you are a student too, right? As
Yeah.
well, yeah, that's confusing.
it is.
Yeah, I know, we deal with what we got, right?
Let's think about that. You made a call, you made an audible on that when you were looking at that. Were you thinking that you're gonna wanna get the assignments from everybody?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
And that's
The
more,
thing is, with him being out, it would have gone to him. But
that's
it's just easy just coming out.
You're right,
and part of it is just really just an accountability
Well,
factor.
that way I know if somebody's not doing it.
Right,
Oh, right.
Okay,
Oh, there's gonna be a few.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
life.
So use these guides, the practicum observation feedback to help you, as well as the other sheet. I don't know if we want to confuse them with this tool. Is that the facilitator guide? That's got step-by-step things for teleclass, but you're not doing any teleclasses, so maybe we just avoid all this right
I think
now.
before Mike and I do this on our own
Yeah,
next year,
yeah.
we'll study that and understand it better.
yeah. This is a manual that basically outlines everything Roger did, as well as outlining what the facilitators do during the practicum if they do a teleclass. So it's kind of the original whole program. All right, what else?
I think I'm ready for week one. You guys feel comfortable, know what you're doing week one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, page 95, be prepared.
I feel like it'll be easier for me and you to be prepared because we're already going through it at the same time, so.
Right,
Yeah, it's all good.
And
And that's the thing, the Holy Spirit will guide it as well. I mean, it's pretty cool. Make sure you pray beforehand, I'm sure it's in there, right? Right?
and we'll get together for 15, 20 minutes each week, just to answer any questions that might be coming up. Otherwise, my feedback to you guys will be pretty much the same as it was today.
exactly.
Do keep doing what you're doing until you run into a problem, and then we'll work it out.
Well, Chuck, have I missed it? Or have you handed out, I see this. But is there, is there something that you can provide us, or that I can help you provide? All of us, telephone numbers, names, of the people that we're gonna be observing, and those dates that we're also going to be hearing from Paul and dialing into that. Is that on here?
Those dates are there. Yeah, our meetings they're Fridays at 10:30, right? Thursdays at 10:30, starting next Thursday?
And I'm not good next.
Okay, do we-
Yeah.
Does that assume that they're gonna meet with their
For
partners?
me, we're gonna do next Thursday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be similar to this one, which is prepare us for the week after.
Got it. All right.
So
Keep me on track, man.
I will.
I'm
Say
gonna
that
shoot
again, I
for-
missed that.
For the meeting next Thursday with Paul, the only person who has to be is me. And I'm gonna set the Zoom, we're gonna do, I'm gonna record it. If you go live, great. If not, so
What
record it.
was this?
It's just us next Thursday, 10:30. That session with him will be preparing us for week 2, which is the following week.
Got it.
Yeah.
What we did today prepared them for week 1,
Right, next Thursday.
Mhm.
so they should
Got
be
it,
good.
got it. So they should be meeting this next week before we meet on Thursday?
That doesn't have to be
It doesn't
before
have
you,
to
does it?
be, okay.
And are you going to know when they're meeting? Because they're not all gonna be meeting at the same date and the same time. So is there value in you knowing all of their schedules?
No one did that before, so I'm not.
You don't have to, as long as it's stay within the week.
I just had to make sure by Friday they send me the report that they did it.
Yeah.
And I know if they did it, then I gotta follow it and say, hey, guys.
We might have to catch up. Have to know sometime. Missed a week.
We scheduled 3 weeks already.
We did.
The 3 of us already have
Yeah,
the next
we
3
scheduled
weeks
all
scheduled.
8 weeks, same night.
We did all 8 weeks today. Actually, guys, I'm on good.
So you guys are ahead of,
Yeah, we're good.
So I'm picking up week 4 from his group or not?
No.
So who am I picking up in week 4?
With me and Jordan, with
Okay.
me and Jordan.
You have him and Jordan, and also Dave and John Bilo.
Okay.
Those are the 4 you have.
So I don't even have Jordan's phone number yet I can get it next Wednesday.
I can give it to you now.
It is, yeah.
That works too. So, I mean,
That is not true.
okay, thanks.
Let me show this report. Is there anything else you want to say to David or Chip?
417.
Chip, again, good to see you,
yeah.
brother. We'll see you next Thursday, hopefully, 10:30. No, that's my time.